John, you heard what the Harris campaign is saying tonight, that the January 6th moment, they believe, was one of the strongest moments for Governor Walz. That came well into this debate.
90 minutes in, by my count.
But it was still quite a moment.
It was, you know, but first, David, I got to say, I think that Walz did seem unsteady. And frankly, what I saw in Walz is somebody who has not faced questions on a national stage since he became the Democratic nominee. He was simply out of practice. I mean, I don't know why they've done it, but they've kept him out of the limelight. They've kept him away from reporters. They haven't had him do any interviews, and he was clearly unsteady through much of that debate. And in contrast, J.D. Vance was very smooth. He took the arguments not to Walz. He was very respectful of Walz, took it to Kamala Harris. Overall, a tone of civility in this debate, in an election that has been anything but civil.
I was struck on that point, though, John. Repeatedly, both of them said to each other, well, I appreciate what you just said there, and then went to sort of claim their separate stances on whatever the issue was in the moment. But they said it a number of times in different ways, but both acknowledging the other standing on that stage.
Yeah, and you just don't hear that anymore. And J.D. Vance did a very good job on taking the policy questions, including ones that were going to be very difficult for him, and pivoted back to make the points he wanted to make. But at the end of the debate, 90 minutes in, a reminder that this is not a normal election. This is not simply an election that is about policy debates. This is an election that features a candidate who is trying to return to office after having refused to accept the defeat in the last election and trying to overturn a Democratic presidential election, something we've never seen in this country through our 258 years, or however many years. You know, it was striking to me that we didn't hear the words mentioned Mike Pence. Mike Pence, who, of course, was Donald Trump's vice president. Mike Pence, who is not supporting Donald Trump, in large part because Donald Trump, on January 6th, helped to unleash a mob that attacked the Capitol that went literally to chants of hang Mike Pence, calling for the execution of Mike Pence because he refused to go along with Donald Trump's attempts to illegally overturn that election. So when it finally came up, you heard from J.D. Vance. Again, a reminder, not a policy debate here. J.D. Vance has said that he would not do what Mike Pence did, that he would not have stood up to Donald Trump, that he would have done what Donald Trump wanted him to do. And he reiterated that, and that was, I think, a very important moment, but it came at the very end of this debate.